Hi, I'm Olympic gold medal coach Steve Ando. This is the #1 video in the series of 5 on hitting for beginners. I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I've been coaching professional volleyball players for over 20 plus years. Olympic gold medal in 2000 with the Australian women, bronze medal in the 1996 Olympics. Team was named Team of the Decade or Co-Team of the Decade from 1990 to 2000. And I want to show you some really great stuff with hitting. I've got Dylan. Dylan, come on in here. Dylan is 20 years old. He doesn't mind me telling you. He's been playing beach for about a year and a half. And like myself, he's got a little, something going on with his shoulder there. We've developed this arm swing. I developed this arm swing because the job indoors and outdoors is different. And it's a lot of conditions out here you have to deal with. We want you to have a great arm swing for a long time and reach all your volleyball goals. So I'm going to show you this arm swing. I'm going to show the folks here. And by the end of it, hopefully you're smashing balls with no issues with the shoulder, okay? Great. So I'm just going to move over this side, Dylan, so I can show you the arm swing. Now, coaches, this is a technique I call tracking. And what we're actually doing is creating a track for the athlete to learn. So sometimes, like in Dylan's case, with his arm swing, it comes out to the side a little bit. He's a former water polo player, so he's used to doing this little sidearm thing. But now he's playing beach volleyball, so we got to create a new track for him. So the first thing I'm going to ask Dylan is just to show me his swing. So go ahead and just do your arm swing. That's the way the arm swing. And let's do it normal speed for me. Yep, and once again. Okay, great. Let's stop. So we got to know what we're working with, because some things don't need to be changed and some things do. We don't want to get rid of the good stuff. We just want to create a new track for him. So first things first, we're going to get into the right position. So just raise your arm up to, yep. There we go. Now I'm going to stop Dylan just there, because a lot of people think that they really have to use their back a lot. You see a lot of this sort of stuff. We're going to use torque to replace that. And remember, we're jumping out of the sand, balls moving around in the wind, and we're trying to be as tall as we can possibly be. Indoors, you got 6 people that you have to hit against. 2 or 3 of them at the net, 3 or 4 in the back. Here we've got 2 people, 1 at the net, 1 in the back. It's not always about banging the crap out of the ball. Mostly it's about being able to be tall, reach up high, and have options. Hit the ball where the defense is not. So the first thing we're going to do is get into the right loaded position. So what I want to do is bring this hand a little bit into this position. Now just push against my hand there. Now, does that feel like you have leverage, or does it feel weak? You always got leverage when you have your elbow in front of your shoulder, like Dylan's is now, and the hand facing down with some distance between the elbow and the hand. Now I'm just gonna, and this is the teaching method I use. I'm not just showing you this to show you. This is how we teach people to make the right shape. So I'm just gonna move your hand back up close to where it was. Now press against my hand. Does it feel like you have leverage or not?
Yes.
Okay, and relax. What about now? Yeah? As much as you had before?
No.
Great. Not as much, because the closer your hand gets to your elbow, and the closer your elbow gets to your shoulder, you get into a position to where you don't have any leverage at all. So the first starting position, we want to start like this. Hand in front of the elbow not really cocked way back here. That's indoors, right? When you got to bang through 6 people. This we're going to do, we want the arm swing to start just like this. Now I'm going to ask you just to rotate, not your arm, your whole torso, like that. And rotate back the other way. And then rotate this way. Then rotate that way. See what we're doing here? We're starting to track him. Yeah? And what we're doing is we're taking all that movement he had before, and we're just getting rid of all the waste. And if you notice, I'm holding his hand here. He's actually pivoting around his arm now. So I'm going to stop him in the hitting position. Look where he is now. Now you've got your elbow in front of your shoulder. Just pull down on my hand. That's leverage, folks. Look at that. It's like a truck driver, right? You don't ever want, just relax. You don't ever want your elbow way back here with your hand way back here. Doesn't work. Okay, so here we have Dylan in the position. He's got all this leverage. Now what we want to do, we're going to use some torque. We're actually going to use his breath. We're going to stretch him out like a rubber band, but we're going to make the swing so short the ball doesn't have a chance to move around in the wind. So here he is. He stretches open, and when you stretch open, you want to keep that hip, that outside hip in place. You don't want to rotate. You're in the air. On the ground, it's easy because you're grounded. But in the air, it all comes from the core. So then he stretches. Then when he goes back to center, now his hand drops. Now it's all a matter of using a hammer motion. Like this. Not pulling down with the arm. And then once he gets to there, he relaxes his arm, relaxes the elbow, and he lets it drop down. Yeah. Again, the coaching method we're using is tracking. I'm actually helping him feel what it feels like, and then he'll be able to learn quicker on his own instead of me just talking to him or showing him. So one more time. Into the ready position, throw that arm, and pivot back around. Drop the hand, hammer, relax, and down. And again. Yep. There, hammer, and down. And make sure, this is for you, okay? Make sure when they're doing this, no locking of the elbow. You know how when you're doing a leg press, you know how you push, but there's always it's a soft knee, it's not locked out. So when you do this, make sure that you keep that elbow soft instead of fully, you don't want to hyperextend. Yeah? So let's try that one more time. There's that. Yep. Drop, hammer, and relax. Great. Do that on your own. Look at that. And again. Nice and high. Look how small and compact that is. That's a beach volleyball swing. Great. Now, we've already tracked Dylan. Now he's tracking himself. If he's having an issue, which he's not, while he was doing it, all you do is walk up and help him with the tracking. You do it with two hands, and I'll show you how. He comes in, you hold his hands like this. Switch arm position so that he can feel it, let go, track and down. Yep, and again. So you start in this position, loading him. Then as he goes through, switch hand positions so you can help him track through. But he's doing fine, so do a few more reps on your own. There you go. There you go. Great. Now here's the magic question. What's it feel like in the shoulder?
Nothing.
Nothing. There you go. He's going to be playing for 20 plus years. There you go. All right. Steve Ando, this is video 1 in the series of 5 on hitting for beginners. Go to volleyballDrillsForBeginners.com, get the series of 5, and until then, enjoy the game.